Hey, it's a dark episode for April the 10th, Saturday, my Friday of my week, my 5-day week, um, where, um, you know, got some stuff done before work. I was able to finish off the first aid, all the first aid modules, so I'm ready for tomorrow. I'll try and do a little bit of review sandwiched in between going grocery shopping and then going off and doing the first aid for 4.5 hours with people people in a room, which is not my first my I'm still trepidatious about that, and hopefully that will be fine and I won't end up getting COVID from it. But yeah. So I did that. I read Trent LeBlanc. I was able to look at my Don Quixote stuff, which is good. So, and I got kind of cut off from actually kind of doing a little pre-planny video. The pre-planny video is basically me going sort of my bastard version of maybe Midrash, which is Jason Little Blues chapter and verse and others thing of pairing a book of one book of kind of religion with one book of fiction, or something like that. At least that's what mine would be, which would be, I guess it would be, my bastard version of that isn't me actually reading the Bible, but me saying that, like, Don Quixote and the Bible put together make for an interesting pairing, because I'm thinking about this discussion between Don Quixote and a canon of the Cathedral of Toledo, where you have the priest sort of counseling against blind faith or blind belief, and kind of counseling against fanciful stories, which I can't help but see as sort of somewhat of a comment on the Bible as a work of literature, as a story. That Don Quixote looking at books of chivalry where it's knights who are sticking up for the downtrodden, for the thing, being virtuous, is got to be a thing, is sort of a thing on the stories of Christ and him being in some ways a virtuous knight. And his story being improbable. He's risen from the dead. He performs miracles. It's like, if Don Quixote is mad, are we all mad for following? Are Christians mad for following Christ and his improbable stories, which, while with many things of wisdom, also have stuff in them which, on the face of them, if you took them literally, would be seen as kind of the nonsensical stuff that the canon says he reads and he just throws against the wall because it's nonsense. And there's also a thing in here of other books of kind of behavior, of Machiavelli's The Prince, which I have to look at when that was published, but that the idea of, that is another book that's very much doing kind of a realistic, you could say, is a realistic thing of how somebody should comport themselves. So there's like there's many books of literature that are being thrown together here. I don't know. This is a giant topic. Probably my best bet will be to try and focus specifically on the priest's words and on Don Quixote's words, which is a lot about blasphemy, about faith, about truth, about how to comport yourself. The mention that the priest does of saying, like, the Bible is one of those books that you should be reading, bits of the Bible that you should be reading for how to do stuff. how to comport yourself, how to best use your intelligence, how best to use your intelligence, in the world. But Don Quixote saying, like, no, you're the blasphemer for saying that chivalry is the way to go. These books of chivalry aren't the way to go, and the delight that you find in them. Yeah, yeah. So I'll try and do that in a better way. Try and figure out how to get that more sorted and more forcefully put and more crystallized as well. Okay, I'll leave it there. Ooh, my face. More videos later.